Hi all, it's CJ here. How are you all doing? As we were recently talking about flares and why we get them, I am going to do a follow-up video regarding longer term stress, but I will do that next. Today I wanted to just give you a few ideas about if you are in a flare, suffering with a flare at the moment, or you struggle with having flares with your fibromyalgia and ME, I have written down a few ideas of things that you can try to ease your flare. You're not going to be able to stop it altogether, but here are just a few ideas that I've come up with and things that I try to do when I'm struggling. So the first one would be try your hardest to move around. Now, I'm not going to suggest exercise. Don't worry, I'm not going to suggest exercise. But what I would suggest is not sitting in one place for too long. Try to get up, move around, be excellent if you can try and do a little bit of yoga, even if that's just laying on the floor or laying in the bed. If you've got a yoga mat, laying on the floor. If not, laying in the bed, hands on your tummy, and doing some of the breathing exercises that I talked you through. Now, I'm going to redo that video because I didn't do it very well, so I will redo that breathing exercises one. So if you can keep moving around, that's brilliant. Don't try really hard not to lay in bed. I really know, I appreciate sometimes that's all you can manage. But if you can get up and move around, get some movement in your body, that will really, really help. That will help across the board with fibromyalgia, not just with a flare. Another thing is, if you're running a home and you're having a flare, you can't just stop running your home. You have to do it. So what I suggested was, and it's what I actually do, is I will do one chore and then I will go and sit down for 5 or 10 minutes. I will get up and do another thing, and then I will go and sit with my puppy dog for a while. He's absolutely sound asleep over there, otherwise I'd bring him over to say hello. So doing one chore, have a bit of a rest, doing another thing, having a bit of a rest. I personally find that helps. Now this is something that I always fail to do, and it's one of those really moments, is get together the things that you use when you're really struggling. So that might be heat patches, it might be ibuprofen gel, but do be careful with that if you take other ibuprofen products. It could be a magnesium oil spray to rub in. So all of those things you use, if you keep them all together in one place, you might be thinking or saying to me, "Duh, CJ, I've been doing that forever." But I personally find that when my pain is always bad. There's no getting away from it. But when it gets exceptionally bad, excuse me, I keep losing my voice, so excuse me. What was I saying? Yeah, keeping the things to hand. I'm really bad at it. I'll have the gel upstairs, because that's the last place I used it. I'll have my magnesium oil spray downstairs, because that's where I last used it. So maybe having a kind of first aid kit of things that you need when you are really, really suffering. So your hot water bottle, your heat patches, or if you prefer them, the cold patches, the sprays, you might use the oil, the cannabis oil drops. So keep all of those things together in one place and try to put them back in one place, so that when you do go through a really bad time, you've got it all there together. Because this may sound utterly ridiculous, but I will sometimes forget that a hot water bottle will help. I know. I don't know if it's just me, but I get to the point where the pain and fatigue takes over my brain so badly that I just can't think straight. So if you have all of those things together in one place as your emergency pack, and you put them back there, you'll have them all together, so that you won't forget what is there and available for you to use. Now, I was told this by a doctor. I was also told this by a nurse when I was in hospital. And I do it anyway, but they said to me, take your medication I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. So take your medication as prescribed. So if you're prescribed a set medication that you take 2-4 times a day, keep doing that. Don't dip in and out with medication. So I was told, don't wait for the pain to get that so bad that you need the medication, because then the medication is going to take time to kick in. So if you need the medication and it's prescribed to you as maybe 1-3 times a day, 2-4 times a day, whatever is prescribed on the front of the box or the bottle you're given, go by that all the time. And then if you find you don't need one of those medications and you want to drop one of them, please, I beg of you, speak to your doctor. Don't ever stop taking any medication ever without weaning it down. Every medication, you need to wean off it. You can't just stop taking your antidepressants because you feel better. You need to take things as prescribed, and then if you do want to come off them, speak to your doctor and ask your doctor to let you know how to wean off them. Some medications take longer for you to wean off them, some don't, but your doctor will know, so go by your doctor's advice there. I'm just going to put the heater on, only for a short while, because I'm getting seriously cold. So try not to get too, I was just about to put the heater on, try not to get too hot or too cold. Personally, for me, if I get cold really, really quickly and really easily. My hands are always cold, my feet are always cold. Even in the summer, my feet are cold. But once the cold has got right through into my bones, it takes a long, long time for me to warm back up. And sometimes it's a case of put the electric blanket on, and that doesn't cost an awful lot to run. Get the electric blanket on, have a hot bath, get into bed with the electric blanket. And also vice versa, if you're somebody that gets too hot, you can get fans that you can carry around. There's all sorts of things you can get now to keep cool. Try keeping your stress levels as low as you can. I know you're going to say to me, CJ, how do you expect me to do that? I know, but we can but try, you know. Remembering our breathing. I promise I'm going to redo the breathing exercise, because what I was doing, I was telling you the breathing exercise and trying to do it with you. What I'm going to do this time is talk you through the breathing exercise, but not actually do it, so you can follow it better. Do some gentle stretching, very, very gentle. Lay on your bed. If you've got a yoga mat, lay on the floor, wherever you're most comfortable. You stretch your arms above your head, just gently, and bring them back down. Stretch your legs out, bring them back down. Just gently roll from side to side. If you can, bring your knees into your chest. Put your arms around your knees and just rock. Really gently. Rocking from side to side. That one's best done on the floor, because on the bed you tend to sink in and you don't quite get the benefit. So stretching up, stretching out, stretching your legs out, rolling just very gently, not all the way, just rolling side to side. Bring your knees into your chest as much as you can. Put your arms around your legs and just rock. Very, very gently, just rock. There's no pressure. There's no pressure to attain a certain goal. Just whatever you can manage is far better than nothing. And I will do those breathing exercises next, because I think that's a good reminder of your cortisol levels go up when you're stressed. So when your pain's high, your fatigue's high, your cortisol levels go up. So a doctor was saying, when we breathe in, our heart rate goes up very slightly. Our heart rate goes up. When we breathe out, our heart rate goes down. So the goal always is to breathe in for a count of say 4 and breathe out for a count of 6. So you breathe in for a count of 6, breathe out for a count of 8. And in actual fact, I did yoga for 25 years. I've never forgotten any of it. I mean, I did yoga right up till a week before my daughter was born. And I just did what I could. Don't pressure yourself that you've got to do 10 of these or 6 of these. No, you haven't. Just do what you can. And if just some breathing exercises is what you can do that. It will help. So long as you try to do a longer out breath as long as you can. So you breathe in and then out. And literally keep going with that out breath as long as you can. And then back in. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I completely lost my voice earlier in the week. And it's still a bit hit and miss. So, some stretching. Some breathing exercises. Get some comfortable clothes on. And I know this sounds a bit like, duh, CJ, are you really telling us to put comfortable clothes on? Yes, because we do sometimes forget when we're in the throes of, I'm in so much pain I can't cope today, everything goes out of my head. So I have to have things written down to remind me. And I know that may sound crazy to you, but we all have to manage our own ways. And all I try and do here is pass on to you what I do and what I've found helpful. If you have other ideas, please do drop them in the comments for other people to see, for me and other people to see. Saying no. I couldn't say no for years and years and years. And then it got to the point where I couldn't do any more than I was doing. So if somebody, a friend, a family member would say, CJ, can you do this for me? There's a polite way you can do it. You don't have to say no. You can just say, no, I'm really sorry, not today. And if you practice saying sorry, it gets easier. That's my puppy snoring. And that really relaxes me, listening to him snoring. What was I saying? Saying sorry. The more you do it, the easier it gets. I promise you. I absolutely promise you. And as I say, we can do it nicely. We can do it kindly. We could just say, I'm overwhelmed. I'm sorry, no, not today. And I think if we had that not today on the end, I found that was a more softening way than just saying, you know I've got fibromyalgia, you know I'm in pain, no I can't do that today. And it's quite sort of tempting to be like that. But the more we practice saying no, not today, I really can't, I'm sorry, no. And if the person insists, then you just say, no, I can't. And drop the sorry. But just start off with, no, I'm sorry, not today. You don't have to give any other explanation as to why you're saying no. It's purely and simply, no, I'm really sorry, not today. And I'm really sorry, this video has run on longer than I normally like them to. I really apologise about my voice, it keeps coming and going, but I did want to make this video, so I hope you found some useful hints and tips. I always have to be careful how I say that. And I hope you're having a good weekend so far. For me, it's Saturday afternoon, and I'm going to go and get myself a cup of coffee. So, namaste. I love you loads. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.